Good morning, and we are starting a new week, and I'm back on the desert this morning, and we're getting ready to move some cows off into a big wash area. It's a really big wash. I'll kind of show you what it is, but I'm checking water gaps. And what a water gap is it is a space where these rivers come underneath the road and usually washes fences out right there if there's flash floods or anything. And we got to make sure those water gaps are all up before we bring the cows down here. But anyway, that's what we're doing right now, is we're checking water gaps. I'll turn the camera around and show you what I'm talking about. That's a bridge that just goes over this wash here. And you can see in the bottom this old fence. We've got it all stood up and fixed so it'll hold, but it was completely washed out and non-existent. So we got it ready. This is the boundary fence between us and our neighbors. And so kind of got to keep that little fence up right there. So this is Comb Ridge, and we're getting ready to put some cows in here in the next couple of weeks. And before we do that, we've got to get down here and just check it, make sure there's good feed, there's good water. And also there has been some wild cows and some wild horses down in here, and we want to check those as well. And maybe some of you have seen our video we did 3 or 4 months ago during the summer when I came down in here and we got a few of these wild cows out. So that's kind of what we're doing again. We're just making sure that the wild cows don't get in with our cows. And so we're just riding this country to make sure that nothing's here. There was a couple of wild bulls in here, and those are bulls that we do not want mixed in with our cows for sure, for a number of reasons. But one of the main reasons is that these wild bulls and stuff, like they can be dangerous and they can be really hard to handle, and just not something that you want your cows bred to or something that you want in your cow herd. So we're down here checking things out this morning. Riding Glade today, and he's doing great. Jaden is with me, and he's on the four-wheeler, and he went all the way down to the river. The river is about 4 or 5 miles from here, and he's down there checking tracks along that river. And I'm gonna go up in here and check for a spring, actually, see if there's water that our cows can drink out of. Wanted to give you just an idea of what Comb Ridge was and what it looks like. But as you can see, it's just a natural fault line that comes right up out of the ground, and it runs for probably 40 or 50 miles like this. And in the bottom of it's what we call Comb Wash. But it's just a kind of a unique landmarker. And anyway, we run cows down through the bottom of this. And I'll turn around here so you can see down this way too. Comb Wash runs into the river. It's just kind of a cool place. But there's really good feed here in the bottom, and the cows do really well. Okay, I got down in here and I found the spring and some water. I'll turn the camera around and show you. So it doesn't look like much, but it's a pretty significant source of water here, and it looks like it kind of stays here year-round, so that's great. We haven't had rain for probably 2 months down here, so this water is just coming from a spring somewhere. So this is good news, and means we can bring the cows down here and they'll be all right. Yeah, all right, head back to the truck. Jaden just called me on the radio, and he's down on that river. Said that there is several cow tracks, maybe some calf tracks with the cows, bull track, and some horse tracks. So sounds like there is stuff down there that we need to look a little closer at before we turn our cows in here for sure. Okay, fixing one more water gap here. We're just checking and it was washed out, so we gotta stand it back up. Well, got the water gaps fixed and came up here to check some water, a tank, and some supplement. And there are about 60 cows laying here all together, which is not good. They need to spread out and utilize this feed a little bit better. If they start all camping in one area, they can beat the land up right there and eat everything out. So we're gonna get around this little bunch, and we're gonna push them up the country and spread them out a little bit. All right, got them going. Boy, is it dry. So dry. We need some storm.
Truck is buried in the middle of the desert in mud. Can you believe that? Let's see if Gary can get it out. I don't even think we're getting this thing out unloaded. built Ford Tough. That was the mess we were in last night. It's probably about a 2-foot deep hole. That water truck was in there. But thanks to David Ivins, we got it out. Now we're good.
All right, good morning. So Jaden and I are out here today. It's kind of early in the morning, the sun's just coming up, and we are looking down in on this Comb Ridge where we were the other day and saw tracks and a few things down here, and we're looking for cows. Some of those Maverick cows are in there, and we're starting to see a few that are along this river. So we're just picking them out and seeing where they're at, and seeing if they're cows that we can get to and get out of here. So that's what we're doing this morning. I'll tell you kind of what we're looking at. So the river down there, it's the San Juan River, and it is kind of the border or divider between our grazing permits and our neighbors. So everything on the, as you're looking at this, everything on the left hand side is part of the permit. Everything on the right hand side is the neighbors. And so we're kind of looking at cows that are on the left hand side. And there's been Maverick cows, wild cows in here for forever, but they're really, really hard to get out because of how thick that brush is down there. So we try to do our best to kind of maintain and keep our eye on what's here, but I can see cows. I'll zoom in just a little bit and point to it. I can see cows right in there on those benches right there. You can see at least 3 down there. So we're just going to keep looking for a minute and see what else we can see. You can see that little dirt road down there too, and you can get in on that road, but it's an ATV road, and you can't pull a trailer down there. You'd have to ride basically from, I don't know, 4 or 5 miles down to get down that road. Well, we were able to see probably 8 different cows down in there this morning. And so now we're making a plan up, and we're going to come back in the morning and see what we can do. If we can get some of them out, or if we just chase them someplace back across the river to where they're supposed to be. So anyway, we're going to come back in the morning and we'll see what we can do. Good morning. Well, sun's just coming up, and we are headed down into where we saw those cows yesterday. We got kind of a good crew here today. Me and Taryn and Trayson and Jaden and Quinn and Cody. Got the dogs and everything, and we're gonna go see if we can get some of these cows. We have no idea. We've been trying to come up with a game plan. We have no idea if we're gonna be able to herd stuff out or if we'll have to rope stuff out. But it's about, I don't know, 4 miles down in here. So a little bit tough if you rope something to get it out. It's going to be a little bit tough. So anyway, that's what we're doing this morning. Got a side-by-side up here. Got dogs on a little trailer that we're going to take down in there. I didn't want the dogs getting all wore out on the run down here, which is exactly what they'd do. By the time we got to where the cows were, they'd be all tired out. So anyway, they're going to ride in that little trailer down there so they're fresh when we get there. But we'll just see how it goes.
Well, we got the drone out to just kind of show people the country that we're dealing with here, and we also were able to see a little group of cows up there. We don't know if it's the group that we were looking for, but we're going to go check them out anyway.
Just trying to be pretty quiet getting in here. I'm trying to hold the dogs back and stuff till we get around where we saw them.
Running that. Not very wild.
Okay, dogs kind of got them held right here. Got to see what we got. Some of this looks like it might belong to the neighbors. I can't tell though yet what we've got. All right, well, we got this stuff bunched. I started looking at it, and looks like everything belongs to the neighbors. So we're just going to push these cows up the country, and we'll have to come back and look for. I know there's another little group of cows in here. There's a bull or two in here too, and we're just gonna have to come back and see if we can get those. But we're just gonna kick these cows back over where they're supposed to be. Anyway, good find today. Good bunch of cows to get out of here. But we kind of got them pinned against this cliff, and we're not gonna let them get out in the trees. that's a wrap on another week. It was a busy week. Had lots going on, everything from fixing plumbing parts on water tanks to getting water trucks unstuck to chasing cows. And I got a confession to make though. Yesterday when we went to get around those cows there in the bottom of Comb, I was sure hoping that they would run and that there was some wild stuff in there. But there wasn't. They all ended up belonging to the neighbors, so we just pushed everything back where it was supposed to be. But you know, it's a lot of fun to chase things and to rope stuff, and we try to be real careful when we do that kind of stuff, but anyway, would have been fun. So there's my confession for the day. So I was a little bit disappointed when we didn't get to chase anything, but we've got another busy week coming up. And if you haven't had a chance to check out our colt starting video, I'm going to put part 2 on there also this week, and we've done a little bit more work. And then just to explain a little bit, so the red colt, he banged his head on our hitching post and gosh, cut him pretty good, and so we're going to be doctoring him. So I'm going to wait a week or so before I get him going. But anyway, we'll kind of keep you updated on that. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you have a good weekend. I'll see you next week.